Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to show you guys a very useful tool for those that are looking at considering buying HEX basically in the HSIs coming up for liquidation on beginning November 13th. This particular tool was created by dev_Huey on Twitter. He has a link right here to this tool that I'm talking about. I'll also share it on the bottom of this video as well. And I want to talk through this with you guys. This is pretty awesome. So you can basically look at this and organize things however you want. You can use these scroll bars here to organize by the size of the hex in the stake, the stake days. You can also click on, let me make this bigger. You can also click on, I'm gonna try to move myself here. You can also click on up here is basically the Hedron multiple. So for example, this 10x is a 10x Hedron multiple. So for the same amount of T shares HSI created today, you're going to get 10 times more Hedron for the 10x multiples. And you can click on that and it will auto pull in all of the 10x multiples. And you can look down at the bottom right here and see there's 410 HSIs with the Hedron bonus, and you can organize those further by clicking on staked hex, for example. And you can see that the biggest 10x HSI bonus, there's over 5.5 million hex stake. And I want to talk through something before I go into more cool things you can see from this page. I want to give you guys an idea of what the minimum bid is for these. The minimum bid is forced for these auctions. And how you figure that out, what the minimum bid will be, cause maybe you want, like me, maybe you want 5.5 million more hex in your portfolio. Wouldn't that be awesome? But how do you know if you have enough Hedron to even start the bid for that? Is, I guess, a basic question that I would have. And I'll try to show you guys. Basically, all you got to do is know the number of T shares. So it's 792. So you go over here, 792 T shares times 1,000 times the amount of days that it's staked for. So this is staked for the max length. So we'll go 5555. And it comes up with, let's see how big this number is. Let's make it even bigger. This is 4.4 billion basically. So the minimum bid, if I did that right, I think I did. is 4.4 billion Hedron will be the starting bid for this HSI. You basically just take this T shares, times it by 1,000, times it by the stake length in days. If that makes sense. And I think that's going to be the minimum bid. And of course, they're a bid, so they can be bid up for them from there easily. And they probably will be for I would expect this one to be, just because it's so visual and easy to find. But yeah, that's the starting bid. And I want to show you guys what else that I think was really useful here. One of them was the interesting fact that if I go by staked days, let's see if this works here. Let me restart this page really quick, refresh it to show you this. I'm curious too, by the way, how well this page is going to load during the auctions. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of demand for it, but you can do your research now before people try to use the bejeebers out of this thing. So I wanted to organize by staked days because that was kind of interesting to me. It was in their best interest to only put through the HSI buyback max length stakes, 5555. But for some reason, people didn't do that. And for example, this guy put in 131,000 hex, only staked for 30 days. That poor guy kind of really didn't get much Icosa for that. But the crazy thing about this is that when this is bid on, the stake's over. So for example, if this is worth, I don't know, $5,000 in hex at the time of the auction, if you bid $4,000 worth of Hedron for it, you instantly can sell the hex for $1,000. I'm not saying that you should, but I'm just saying you have really almost nothing to lose because the hex is liquid. This is different from the other HSIs, which are forced to be locked, basically, for the length of their stake without an emergency end stake. Some of these are unique in that the stake days was so short that there's really no speculation in what's going to happen in the future. You can know that if you bid less value in Hedron, you can immediately get the value out of the HSI. Crazy. And then there is another one in here. This one is in the same position. This one was put in on August 15th, the first day of the Icosa contract, over 500,000 hex, and it's only staked for 90 days. So that one, when whoever wins the auction, they should be able to just end the hex stake and have liquid 500,000 hex. This is something that I was tempted not to tell people because this is pretty cool, I thought, and I decided to just tell everyone anyway. And yeah, here's another one, 330,000 hex, 180 days. So you've only got a couple months after the auction ends and you can get the hex out of it. It's pretty crazy. So anyway, guys, you can just play around with this page however you want. It's fairly self-explanatory, but I wanted to make sure that this cool resource was available to you guys and use it how you see best. And I hope that my explanation of how to calculate the minimum bid made sense for you also. So thank you guys for watching. Talk to you in the next one.